Turns out I was a vampire myself in the Devil Town. Hello. Today we're going to look at some diecast vehicles. We have quite a few. 8 of them. We have an XCarToys, and actually let's just take a quick peek. So we have an XCarToys, a Tomica Limited Vintage Neo. We have an Auto World store exclusive, I think. Maybe not. Majorette. We have 2 Matchbox cars, an M2 car, and a Greenlight car. And I'm very excited for some of these. We'll see how they turn out. The XCarToys in particular is of a brand of car that well, let's do that first. But first of all, the packaging is very intimidating. Tank is the brand of like the mark of the vehicle. The Tank 300 is sort of like a Land Rover type vehicle. I don't know what happens if you scan that QR code, but again, very intimidating or very aggressive packaging, tough guy packaging. And then we have an acrylic case inside, which is very new to me for XCarToys. Gosh, this is very, very large for an XCarToy as well. I mean, it is 1/64 scale. I'm just gonna close this and put it aside. Okay. So let's get this out. It looks like it might not be screwed down. No, it is, but it has a plastic in there to keep it in place. It has a really nice, fake dirt on the ground, and then in the background you can see there's a bit of a, whatever you call a mesa if it's in Japan, or China. I'm so used to these diecasts being from Japan, I sometimes forget that XCarToys is based out of China and focuses mainly on Chinese cars. One of the reasons to love them, because Chinese cars are very underrepresented by literally every other diecast company. Like Tomica Limited Vintage does, obviously, Japanese cars, and some others, but that's their focus, and that's cool. But so does Hot Wheels, so does Matchbox. Japanese cars were very influential in the American car scene, but Chinese cars didn't make it over here as much, and so we're not as familiar with them. Hot Wheels doesn't do them. Maybe they've done one, I don't know. So it's an additional reason why it's interesting. But XCarToys is very very high quality, I think. They're very, in addition to covering a topic that doesn't get enough coverage, they're incredibly well done. This is a really nice semi-gloss black. Very clear skylight. It has kind of the modern Bronco headlights, which I am not particularly fond of. Well, before we start examining the car, let's get it off the base. Tank 300. And there's the logo for the company, Tank. which we just saw on as the badging on the front here. That grill's quite nice. The lights are inserted. They have that silver line across them, which, like I said, is very much like the modern Bronco. I wonder if there's a purpose. I thought it was stylistic, but again, I sure don't know everything. The license plate has what I assume is the word tank and then 300. Gosh, this semi-gloss is really nice. And the door handles the treatment of the door handles is great. Actually mirrored side view mirrors. The dash is quite detailed as well. Steering wheel is an appropriate size. It's the same tires on the spare, but it's got like a cap over it so you don't see whether it's the same wheels or not, which is actually kind of cool and realistic. Treatment on the back door handle is great. These back lights are amazing. They're really good. Nice hinges. There's a light up there. There's a bit of a silly looking windshield wiper. But if that's my only complaint, we're doing pretty good. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. That rolls so well. It has the nicest shocks. Just a lot of play from side to side, but also like not super gentle, but not too hard, and definitely not clicky. And then the roll is just, I've had a couple of XCarToys recently that I don't know, for some reason missed me. They didn't impress me as much as I'd hoped. But this is up there with Tomica Limited Vintage, which, I mean, this is gold standard level diecast, I think. You know, it doesn't have a lot to it. It's a very simple vehicle, but everything is executed very nicely. Very, very nicely. I mean, which is a very satisfying feeling to have something that's very simple, but just done very, very well. I mean, there's the other side of the coin, like, really complicated die casts that are, I'm going to set this aside, the Tank 300, amazing. And then just as an example, another one of my favorite die casts, and this is from M2, and it's like more complicated, and it's done pretty well, but it's a very different, vibe. I need to find a better place to store this because it's getting cat hair all over it. The cat likes to put out fires. This has well, I don't want to re-review it, but it's a very different feeling to have, something with lots of little complicated parts, even when they're done really well. So let's move that out of the way and leave the Tomica Limited Vintage for a little later And let's go for this Majorette. So this is an Opel Class R rally car. Opel Atom, and it's R2. The R Class is a two-wheel drive. Yeah, the R Class is a two-wheel drive class, and they've got kind of inserted plastic black circles here. Is that what's going on? That's very actually, there's a mat, definitely. Well, it's not inserted, that's like holding it together, right? So there'll be a peg at the front, yeah. A peg at the front, and then it just clicks in here. I mean, it's the right shape. Blacked out windows, or super tinted windows, actually. There's a steering wheel. Inserted, or part of they're very tinted, so probably part of the window headlights, but they still look nice. I mean, this is a very simple diecast. It's light. It's I mean, it's a nice livery. It's kind of a simple livery, but it's painted well. I think that it'll go well with my other major. Oh, is it gonna roll? It does roll. It doesn't seem to want to roll. It's 155. They don't even do playsets. I don't understand. Well, anyway, I've been trying to figure out why people don't go with the standard. Scales, you know, like 118, 164, 124. And I thought maybe, you know, going with a by the inch scale, you know, like a 3-inch scale or something, so they would work with their play sets and things like that. It made sense to me when I was thinking about Hot Wheels or Matchbox, but I mean, not Majorette. In any case, it'll be a nice addition to my Majorette rally car collection, because most of them are World Rally Championship cars, and very modern. So it's nice to have, like, you know, was it 2008 or something that this came out? I mean, this model didn't come out then, but I think the car may have. But in any case, I've got this. I've got the Alpine A110, and it's nice to have different types of rally cars from Majorette. It's not a super amazing car, but it'll go into the collection just because, well, it's not a super amazing model. The car is amazing. It'll go into my rally collection. I wish that there were more ways of obtaining certain rally models. It does seem to be changing a bit with Hot Wheels. They've been coming out with more, like the Lancia 37. I'd still love to see a Lancia Fulvia. Let's take a look at Greenlight's Mod Squad 67 Ford Mustang. It's Greenlight Hollywood. It says the Mod Squad. On the back there's some mod-looking people squatted up. I picked this not because I've ever seen the Mod Squad, which I haven't, or the remake movie. but because it was off-white, the white walls looked good, and it just seems like a really simple, nice livery for this car. So let's see if that holds true. Okay, first of all, rolls nice. The white wall in the back is not as nice as I thought it was, but these are great. These are great for Greenlight. Yeah, this is the one that swirls a bit, but it's still a circle. It's just a little off center, so it doesn't look bad, just in motion. This off-white for these Mustangs is just such a perfect color for them. The 55 there looks great. Thrill Circus by Carnes, amazing. This line, even this line is perfect. The asymmetry of it. Mustang in between the line. Actually, this is a nicer treatment of the brake lights for a Mustang than on some of my other Greenlight castings. It's you know, they're like curved in and painted with the metallic paint. They look good. They look really good. And the silver underneath the line here looks good. They do the thing where they don't paint the lights, which I don't particularly love. However, the grille looks fine. The grille looks good with the Mustang logo. And is this an opening part? Not really, but that's fine. I mean, it's got a really nice engine in there, it looks like, actually. But I'm happy with just minimal lines to worry about there. Inside's okay. It's like kind of a nice, I don't know what you call that. I don't know what color you'd call that. Like it almost looks like frozen strawberry color. That was a bit specific. Rhubarb? Strawberry rhubarb pie flavor color. Ignore the word flavor. Maybe I'm hungry. This car is beautiful. This is a beautiful rendition from Greenlight. Yeah, I mean, literally the only thing that bugs me about this, great bottom too. The only thing that bugs me about it is the headlights not being painted, and that's a small thing. The taillights are the brake lights are great. They're so good for painted taillights. I think they're kind of amazing, and just this simple, super simple livery, and this off-white is a pleasure to look at. The door handles are great. I'm sorry, every new thing I notice about it is great. These windows aren't perfect. I think they are perfect, but the silver line paint is a little off, which I guess is an imperfection, but the plastic isn't out of place. But it doesn't really distract. Yeah, no, this is great. That's a great Mustang. 67. got a couple of Mustangs. Got one more Mustang here. So we might as well do that next. And this is from M2. I'm gonna need my screwdriver again. But it's the 1987 Ford Mustang GT Cobra. I guess it doesn't say Cobra on the little thing, but it has a big picture of a Cobra and it says Cobra on the car, so. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make an assumption. Fuck, I hate trying to open these M2 boxes. I mean, that car, the fire truck that I showed a bit ago was an M2, and to be honest, I have a few M2 cars that I really like, but they are a brand that I temper my expectations with. Also, whenever I go to Walmart, they always have the Willys M2 like, little car mechanics station. It's been there for like a year and a half. All right, let's take a look at this. I mean, the wheels are very cool. Yeah, the tires. Let's look at the wheels and tires first. Yeah, a little bit of imperfection on the paint on the tires, but that's not the thing that I worry about. I just want them to feel holy. That is not what I was expecting. I guess it's a drag car. Look at those wheels. I gotta say, I find it super satisfying when cars have this big fat wheel that rolls so nicely. That rolls really nicely. Okay. Well, now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. It's got inserted headlights that look like I did them. Like, they're so bad. Oh, they're really bad. I really, like, if they just did painted headlights on this livery is, first of all, the car has an amazing silhouette, this car. I love it. This livery on it is beautiful. The Cobra and the blue and the black. And again, this off-white on a Mustang. An asymmetrical line. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in the back. They just have different levels of paint. All of them off place, and like the black, I think, is supposed to be part of the black line over the, like, I think that's supposed to be part of this black line on the light, and then I don't know what these white things are supposed to be. The lights themselves don't look bad. They're not, I mean, you know, they're cast, they look okay. You can see the holes where the pegs are holding them in place. This spoiler looks good. It's got a nice little line on it. It's also got a bit of white paint on it somehow. Like this car looks amazing. It rolls amazing. The top's amazing. Forward performance. Yeah, the paint's not perfect, but the black outline around the window is cool. Perfect or not. But oh my god, these headlights. It's got an opening part, I think. Maybe. I mean, that's gotta be an opening part, right? Yes, that is an opening part. I don't even know if they even bothered to put anything in there. They were like, well, yeah, don't bother. Oh, God. So, I wish that this car, I think, could have been one of my favorite diecasts. Like this, you know, ignore the opening, ignore the headlights and taillights and paint fuck-ups. It's amazing. It's the best colors. The wheels are great. It rolls like a dream. It rolls better than the XCarToys. Like, just have no opening part if you don't know how to do opening parts, which you fucking don't. Don't put in inserted headlights if you don't know how to do, like, just know your limits. M2 does all this stuff that it clearly just does not know how to do. If you are going to do something, do it good. And if you cannot do it good, or you're trying to save money and so it's not going to be good, then just don't do it. It doesn't add value to your product. It makes your product look like I've wasted my money. This could have been such a cool car. And the people who made it just didn't care enough to have it be one. And I don't know why does anybody do anything? Okay, sorry, that was a bit of a rant. Let's look at a bit of an exciting car. This is a brand new casting. It's not an Auto World store exclusive. That was the Starion. This is the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. It's not a exclusive, but it is a new casting from Auto World. And well, I'm very excited to look at it. It's got some text about the car if you want to pause it and read it. One cool thing about this car is that it had active aero, which is much in the way that with diecast cars, I always get excited about suspension. With real cars, I always get excited about aerodynamics that change while you're driving. Okay, so this color is so good. the gold in the wheels is good. There's some, you know, some parts where it doesn't make it right to the silver rim. That's okay. Rally art. The door handle is molded really nicely. I don't like this treatment of it. It's just yellow on yellow on yellow. But they're going to do other castings, I'm sure. I don't really like this painting, sort of a semi-gloss silver for the rear view. I mean, I know I'm not asking for a mirrored thing, but even just keeping it solid yellow, I think looks better. Because it looks phony. I love the big Mitsubishi motors here. And like how Auto World is a sponsor there. Advan, Brembo. The lights are down. The front end looks great. It's a left-hand drive. I really like this back end. I think the arrow is great. I like that they put in the lines for the trunk. Yeah, the lights are nice and simple. I'm not sure what this silver around the license plate are. Also, is that a Minnesota license plate? Or Michigan? Michigan license plate. Castrol. Yeah, on this side there's a couple of spots where the paint doesn't quite reach, or it reaches too much, but that's okay. The gold is a nice gold that, I mean, it fits with the car quite well. Oh, the arrow's the spoiler's a little loose. But it's straight, it's on straight, it's not going to fall off. One second here. Okay. Had to be very careful. Okay. I mean, nothing special. But the lines are nice. The hood looks great. I was just, the detail on the seats is really nice. It's got like this nice red on the back seats as well. I like this black. Not sure what it says. Twin turbo. But it's interesting. It's not a window. It's just like a cover. Okay, how does she roll? Not great. It's literally my only problem with this car. It doesn't roll great. Beautiful though. The yellow is, it looks more vibrant than it is in real life. I'm sorry, but I don't know about the getting perfect color matching with the camera. So sometimes I have to say things like that. It is a much more soft yellow. Like not, pastel's not the right word. I want to say something that's the same color as the yellow, but like a baby chicken rather than this like bright yellow. A baby chicken. That's all I could come up with. Anyway, this is a great model. Doesn't roll, but yours might. I mean, it rolls. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it doesn't roll. It does roll. It's just, it's loud. It has a lot of friction. It doesn't roll well. It doesn't roll pleasurably. Okay, we have two Matchbox cars. One, I'm fairly certain that I'm going to like, because it is just an alternate coloring of one of my favorite Matchboxes, which is the '78 Subaru Brat. So let's take that out. It does have a moving part, and I assume that, like the other Subaru Brat, the engine is done very well, very carefully painted, and it is. It's one of my favorite things about this model. But then, sorry. So, this is the one I had before that I love, and they decided to do no paint on the back, but do the headlights, and I think that that's cat hair. I think that that's just a much better way to do this casting. Because we'll put this aside, but God, is beautiful, eh? It's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. Because here we have, it's cool. The engine is just as cool. I don't think this adds anything. I don't think that's necessary. Yeah, just the white headlights, white on white, white on white on white. It's just, it looks bad. These white wheels, they're not as good as the chrome. Yeah, they're not as good as the chrome. This is just, I'm a little disappointed, to be perfectly honest. Oh, they even did a bit of silver for the door handle on this one. Yeah, it's just it's not as good a treatment of the Subaru Brat. And I can see that they obviously they've come out in the same year and it's the same livery and this is the alternate color, but I mean, it's not the exact same livery. It's the alternate version from this year, but it really doesn't stand up next to the black one with this beautiful red and orange livery. It is too bad, but hopefully we'll see some more in the near future. Because this is such a cool car, Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move that out of the way just because we weren't looking at it today, really. We were just brought it in as a reference. Okay, the other Matchbox that we have is, these are called like grab boxes or something. I don't know. For some reason, sometimes they come in a box. 1969 BMW 2002. Also a rally car. This is a street version, looks like. I see everything in the world in terms of, this is kind of cool packaging actually. Everything in the world in terms of whether it's a rally car or not. Okay. So this red paint is very plastic looking. The way that there's a lot going on here, I'm sorry. It's just taking me a minute. Okay, this is done very nicely. Let's start with concrete things. The badging, the license plate, the little door lock, the lights look great. That's a cool way to do the lights that I haven't seen before. That looks great. That back end looks great. The front end to me is a bit of a mixed bag. The badging on the hood is cool. These two vents on the sides between the lights and the center vent seem cool, seem well done. The lights are chrome with white paint on them to add some visual confusion, and I think it works well. The two, I don't know what that is in the middle. I mean, I know it's on the car. It's just, it looks wrong somehow. This down here, the bumper's fine, but this is too visible. This is too visible, and it detracts a lot. Secondly, it just seems like it seems too wide. It seems like it's the wrong shape to me. It seems squat. I mean, the casting's good, you know, the lines are nice on the side, and they do an interesting thing with the side view mirrors. They do the back windows and the little corner things in just exactly the right way, and thick too. Yeah, they do it the way they should be done, I think, with a Hot Wheel or a Matchbox. Yeah, the windshield wipers being cast into the window, that's nice too. It just doesn't look like the right shape, that's all. When I took it out of the thing, I was just very taken aback because the dimensions feel wrong. Like, not the scale. I mean, obviously, who knows what the scale is, but the dimensions to this just felt wrong. Okay, I'm going to put it down now because it's actually kind of making me anxious. And last but not least, I already have one of these. Much like the Subaru Brat, I have a different color of this vehicle, and I loved it so much that I decided to pick up another one, and hopefully I like it as much or more as the one that first won my heart. So basically I'm chasing the dragon is what I'm saying. Oh, I'm too zoomed in, I apologize. We are looking at Tomica Limited Vintage Neo, the Suzuki Alto C-Type. This one is in blue. And I really loved the first one of these I got. let's see. Let's take a look at this tiny little jewel of a car. First of all, let's do some comparison here. This was a subcompact. God, that paint is beautiful. Can I get any? Yeah, there we go. Alto Limited. You can see where the pegs go, but the taillights are beautiful. The badging is nice. The windows are so clear. It's got two-tone interior. Well, I guess there's a one tone for the dash and the, is that a hole or is that something that's painted black? I don't know, that's something that's painted black on the dash. Yeah, nicely detailed interior. This door handle is really nice. I really like that. Great black outline around the windshield, and the windshield wipers are very nice. And this is one of my favorite things about this vehicle is these headlights. They're so distinct. They're so strange and cool. They have so much character. They're like, it makes it look like a little robot face, kind of. The wheels are very cool. The tires are cool. So this is a Tomica Limited Vintage that does not have shocks. It does, however, roll really, really well. Wow. They're just so... like it's just so small and precise and just beautiful. I really love this car. It's so nice. It's actually a different Alto than the one I had before. I didn't realize that. Different year. So different, a different layout, different design. I mean, obviously, still in the same family, but wow. Wow. Started off strong with the XCarToys, ended on a cloud. So fucking nice. Pardon my French. Suzuki Alto from XCarToys. If you get a chance, pick that up. Okay, let's look. Let's do a quick rundown. XCarToys Tank 300. Everything about this is perfect. It's a simple vehicle. But this is too. This is also a very simple vehicle, but everything about it is just it's flawless. They care about putting out a product that impresses, that gives people something, really precise and detailed to look at and enjoy, and that's something that Tomica and XCarToys have in common, and that's, you know, that's a huge part of the reason I collect diecast, and so, yeah, I love both of these. This Greenlight, just a super cool Mustang, and all of the details work. I love all the choices they made here, and I don't know, maybe it's based on with those Hollywood things, I don't actually believe that half these cars are in the shows or whatever, but maybe this one is. But it's beautiful. The off-white cream color for a Mustang is just, I mean, that's one of my weaknesses. And Subaru Brat is, it's funny, I'm discounting it. It's a casting I really love, and it looks mostly pretty good, but it's got the white-on-white headlights, which this one does too, but this one does a lot of other stuff, and it does it really well, and it still creates a sense of a cool car, whereas this disappointed me, left me with a feeling of disappointment. This car enrages me. This car is pretty cool and will go in my collection. This car I'm gonna, I don't know, research. Maybe that year maybe my understanding of the BMW 2002 is limited. That's not an impossibility by any means. And this Mitsubishi 3000 GT is super cool. It's super cool from Auto World. So we got 4 cool cars, 4 not so cool cars, or cool cars that are done by people who don't care. Yeah, okay. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and maybe you saw a car you liked. Let me know what your favorite is, if you want. If you don't want to, go tell someone that you care about what your favorite was. And have a nice night or day.